The sun hung high in the sky over the sprawling fields of Crestwood, casting a warm, golden hue upon the landscape. Felma stood at the edge of the open expanse, her heart pounding with excitement and determination. Dressed in a simple but sturdy flight jacket, her hair tied back in a practical bun, she gazed out the horizon where the distant mountains met the azure sky. Joining the army had always been her dream, but it was not enough to just enlist. She wanted to soar through the clouds as a pilot. As she paced back and forth, Felma's mind raced with thoughts of adventure, bravery, and the roar of engines in the sky. She had concocted a plan to prepare herself for the rigors of flight, running laps around the field to build her stamina and test her speed. She breathed deeply and set off, her feet thudding against the grass, determination spurring her on, lap after lap. She felt the exhilaration of the wind against her face, the rhythmic pounding of her heart matching the tempo of her strides. On her fourth lap, however, a sudden surge of adrenaline coursed through her veins, urging her to push harder. She could almost hear the roar of her plane's engines in her ears, and with each step, she felt more powerful, more in control. But as she reached the far end of the field, Felma's concentration faltered. Her foot caught the edge of a small mound, and she stumbled awkwardly toward a nearby workshop. She flung her arms out to catch herself, but it was too late. She barreled through the open door, her momentum carrying her into a cavernous room filled with the hum of machinery and the scent of oil. Time seemed to slow as she crashed into a large, mysterious contraption at the heart of the workshop. The ground beneath her gave way, and she found herself tumbling down a dark hole. Before she could comprehend what was happening, she landed with a thud on her belly inside what appeared to be a massive suit shaped like an aircraft. Confusion enveloped her as the hatch of the suit closed with a heavy clang, sealing her within. For a moment, all was quiet, the darkness pressing in around her. Then a sudden, electrifying jolt coursed through her body, and she gasped as a voice reverberated through her mind. "You're a World War II plane." The suit began to warm, and the echo of that haunting declaration ignited a pulse of energy in her veins. A strange clarity filled her thoughts, and she felt her consciousness intertwine with the very fabric of the aircraft. She opened her eyes, and through the front windows of the cockpit, she could see the workshop beyond a sheer glass barrier separating her from the world. Fascinated and terrified, Felma marveled at her new reality. She could feel the wings begin to spread, the wheels retracting, and the jets warming up with an eager thrum. She was not just Felma anymore. She was a creature of the sky, a World War II plane imbued with the spirit of courage and adventure. Suddenly, the platform beneath her began to rise, pulling her toward the ceiling. The doors of the workshop slid open with a mechanical hiss, exposing the wide-open sky beyond. Felma's heart raced in tandem with the engines, anticipation flooding her soul. As she emerged into the sunlight, she felt the exhilarating rush of the wind and the vastness of the world spread out before her. With a surge of power, she surged forward, gliding into the sky, her wings cutting through the air with grace. The landscape beneath her shrank to a patchwork quilt of greens and browns. Freedom coursed through her as she soared higher, her essence tying back to the spirit of every pilot who had ever fought for their country. Felma had become part of something greater than herself, a flying machine ready to take on the world. A guardian of skies once fought in a great war. She reveled in her newfound power and the roaring engines that echoed in harmony with her soul. The adventure had only begun.